My name is Todd Bassett. I live at 5 Forest Avenue in Old Orchard Beach. I really am very, very deeply distressed. I had the privilege of spending more than 2 hours with the chairman of the town council, reviewing information that she had. I appreciate that time. I have also had opportunity, not at my direction, and I asked for the time with the council chair, but others came to me and wanted to share information that, quite frankly, was disturbing, because it gave indication that there could be a conflict of interest with members of the council as it relates to this whole situation with the town manager. From day one, in my meeting with the council chair as well as with other people, I have tried to maintain a neutral position. I feel I have a neutral position right this moment, because in spite of the information that was shared with me, and it's in more detail here tonight as it relates to budget items, that quite frankly, this evening, a counselor has suggested that the whole budgeting process is simple. It's similar to doing your own checkbook. No, it's far from that. A line item process has been, as has been even pointed out by the attorney, is a very heavy, detailed, cumbersome responsibility, especially when there's as major a change as is taking place in this process. So that it's not simple. Furthermore, as I've listened this evening, as I've made notations, more than 50% of the overages that were made to sound like these enormous out of account are really under $1,000, and we're talking about a $25 million budget, and almost every single expenditure is within the context of the department that you're transferring money for. I've dealt with large budgets. We are talking about minutia of routine handling of transfer of funds, which now by charter has to be done through the council, not through a finance department, but through the council. Fine, if that's the process. But it's not enormous. But the process is cumbersome and difficult, much more so than your own checkbook. Now, as it relates to the town manager, and I've said to him, I'm not here to defend him. I don't have enough information to defend him. So that from my standpoint, we don't need to be having either or. There may be enough information beyond what's been shared with me to cause concern, and you may want to put him on probation for 3 months while you finish uncovering whatever it is. But if we go back to the audit information that was given to us on December 4th, we're talking about the fact that on December 4th, 3 people who were part of agreeing to the continuation of his contract were supporting him, and 3 people who had spent 3 weeks on the council were looking to get rid of him. And the counselor who said that if you know me, you know I do my diligence. I don't know that counselor. But just sheer logic said to me back on December 4th, how can 3 people who have just come on the council be prepared to ask for the resignation of the town manager? To me, that was irresponsible. And I still haven't seen enough information to say he needs to be terminated. It's not either or. He can be put on probation while the rest of the information is garnered, the audit is finalized, we can see the detail. But the council members who are in a position where I believe should possibly recuse themselves need to be careful, because the documentation that has been shared with me shows a potential conflict of interest. And if this man is terminated, then I think the town has every right to at least be absolutely assured that when that audit is finalized, the audit and the management letter is available to the public. We need to know, because even what was shared with me is not enough to say that counselor needs to be recalled or taken off. There's procedural things that have not taken place appropriately. He may have done some things inappropriately, but not to the extent of needing to be terminated, at least not in what has been demonstrated to this point. I believe there is a neutral position where our community does not need to be torn apart any further. What we are doing